That was fun. Scoot him. There's a chair. There's a chair. There's a chair for her. Trustees, platform guests, faculty and staff, friends and family, including those joining us online, and most importantly, graduates. It is my pleasure to welcome you to Northwest College's 2024 commencement exercises. Please remain standing as graduating music major Eileen George of Cody, Wyoming, sings our national anthem, accompanied by the Northwest Graduation Brass Ensemble.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Please be seated. Eiley, thank you. On behalf of the Northwest College Board of Trustees, it is my pleasure to welcome you to these commencement exercises today. I am Tara Kuipers of Cody, Wyoming, and I am honored to serve as the chair of the Northwest College Board of Trustees. I first want to introduce my colleagues and fellow board members on the platform with me. Denise Larson of Powell, Bob Newsom of Cody, Mark Wurzel of Powell, and RJ Cost of Powell. Unable to attend today's ceremony are John Housel of Cody and Dr. Lawrence Todd of Meeteetse. We are all strong supporters of higher education and of Northwest College specifically, and we strive our hardest to represent the people of Park County as well as we can. On behalf of the board, I extend our very best wishes to the graduates and to all of your families. Next, I am pleased to introduce Greg Blickery of Gillette. He is the vice chair of the Wyoming Community College Commission. Greg and his fellow commissioners coordinate Wyoming's community colleges and advocate across the state on our behalf. Greg?
Good morning. On behalf of the Wyoming Community College Commission, I want to extend our heartfelt congratulations to each of you on the outstanding accomplishment you are being recognized for today. Education and learning are lifelong processes, and we have no doubt our future is in good hands. We wish you all the very best on your endeavors ahead. For all of you out there, all of you, if you're 24 years of age or older and want to further your education, ask the fabulous staff at Northwest College about the Kickstart Wyoming's Tomorrow Scholarship, because it's for you. Ask about it. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Blickery. It is now my pleasure to introduce my colleagues, the Vice Presidents for Northwest College. First, Mr. Dave Erickson. He is our Vice President for Academic Affairs. And next, Dee Havig, excuse me, Vice President for Student Services. Dee's going to be retiring on us this year. For those of you who didn't know, many, many years of good service. Thank you, Dee. At this time, I would also like to recognize the families of our distinguished speakers, Anthony Pulver, Lindsay Linton-Buck, and Kinley Bollinger. Would each of the family members please stand if you're here so you can be recognized? Come on, Sean. There we go. Before we take a moment to begin our ceremony, I would like to take a minute to honor 3 longtime members of the Northwest College family that we lost this past year. Please join me in a moment of silence as we remember Sharon Funkhauser de Pirot, who was with us from 1966 to 1993 as an instructor of business, Raymond Floyd, our instructor of math and engineering, who was with us from 2014 to 2023, and Terry Timmons, who was with us from 1997 to 2018, retired as the Humanities Division Secretary, as well as all those that were not mentioned today. We dedicate this ceremony on their behalf. Graduates, welcome to your day, right? Woo! I knew there was a smile out there somewhere. A day to celebrate you and your accomplishments at Northwest College. Every person in this room or watching online is so proud of you today. Today I want to speak for just a minute about purpose. Purpose, as you may know, is a foundational element in creating or enhancing a life for yourself outside of these walls. Purpose propels, it lifts, and whatever your life goals, the commitment you made to yourself on the very first college class was the seed of the purpose that is growing within you. Today, though, is just a beginning. You had the courage and the determination to get this far, so don't stop now. You have dreams that still need chasing, and a world that obviously needs tending. A purpose-living life awaits you outside of these doors. Have the fearlessness to continue what you've started, here and no matter where life leads you. Your future may not be without struggles or challenges. This is life. But have confidence in your purpose and go authentically through these doors with that determination in your heart. Know that you will always have a community here at Northwest College, those that are cheering for you and are eager to continue championing you as long as you have your days with us. Congratulations, graduates. You have earned it. And now I am pleased to introduce the Faculty Organization's 2024 Distinguished Faculty Service Award recipient, Anthony Polver, Associate Professor of Photography and the coordinator of our photography program, who is now going to speak on behalf of the faculty. Anthony?
I first should say what an honor it is to be sharing the podium with all of my colleagues, but particularly with this remarkable woman who is your Alumni of the Year, Lindsay Linton. She was one of my students and is now my friend, and it's quite an honor to be here with her. Greetings, class of 2024. A big thank you to Northwest College Board of Trustees, President Watson, all my colleagues around the campus, for having me here as a guest speaker, and for your love and friendship over the many years of my career at Northwest College. Also to the parents, families, and friends of our graduates, welcome, and thank you for your faith and trust in us in allowing us to be a part of these students' educational journey. So there's a rumor about college teachers that we love big words. But let me be clear when I tell you this. This pedagogical academician avouches to abnegate the usage of a convoluted vernacular that is garrulous, loquacious, fallacious, or contemptuous. What? Basically, I'm not going to use big words, mostly because I don't understand them myself. I'm a photographer, a visual guy, so I prefer pictures to words. But also, as many of my students will tell you, I'm always saying, be yourself. And I'm going to follow that advice right now. So the words for the theme I'm going to use are simple ones, often referred to as a grouping because of the number of letters in each of these words, and sometimes associated, although a bit stereotypical, with who I am regionally and ethnically. So let me introduce myself. My name is Anthony Polver, and I'm an Italian-American kid from New York. Look at that nose. And I'm going to talk about, yes, and use four-letter words. A comedian once said, New York would be a much quieter place if we simply got rid of those four-letter words, because half the people would be unable to talk. Now, that term has been criticized and used to refer to certain words in our language that many see as crass and vulgar. But that's not the path I'm taking with this address. Nope. Instead, I'm going to talk about some of my favorite four-letter words, and maybe, just maybe, if you bear with me and you see the humor, you'll find this speech to be not so much as provocative, but perhaps a touch inspiring. So are you ready? You guys can make noise, you know. All right. The great American film star John Wayne, the Duke, once said, "My favorite four-letter words are hard work." Has there ever been a graduation speech or inspirational talk that didn't touch on this crucial aspect of achieving success? Whether defined as a noun, hard work, or flipped around as a statement, work hard. These two small four-letter words are the basis for all who have a goal or a dream they aspire to achieve. The idea of hard work is probably one of the most quoted axioms amongst our thinkers, leaders, writers, mentors, and teachers. A couple of quotes. Hard work spotlights the character of people. Some turn up their sleeves, some turn up their noses, and some don't turn up at all. American athlete Sam Ewing. Hard work is the best medicine to kill the disease of failure. Aerospace scientist Abdul Kalam. Here's my favorite. Nothing will work unless you do. Poet laureate Maya Angelou. Now, I know most of you understand what hard work is in a physical sense, but what about hard work in a psychological or spiritual sense? Becoming a better son or daughter, becoming a better parent or spouse, becoming a better colleague, becoming a better friend and neighbor, becoming a better person in general. All of these things take self-awareness and hard work. American writer Sidney J. Harris once challenged his readers when he wrote, "The three hardest tasks in the world are neither physical feats nor intellectual achievements, but moral acts. To return love for hate, to include the excluded, and to say, 'I was wrong.'" Harris reminds us that the humility and taming of the ego certainly require hard work. The next two four-letter words I'd like to mention are play fair. We've all heard and experienced the old adage that life is not fair, but it is our response to situations of adversity and sometimes deception where our resolve is often tested. When I first moved here 24 years ago, one of my colleagues at the time said to me, "Here in Wyoming, oftentimes your word and a firm handshake are still considered forms of currency." I like that. I like that a lot. Don't lose that. Even seeing this in simple forms like honesty buckets at unattended roadside stands where a dozen eggs or ears of corn are offered to folks in a trusting way is truly an example of the type of people who live here and who we get to call our neighbors. The fact that we still see this in practice today in our small towns shows us that fair play is alive and well in our dealings with each other. My father, an honest, hardworking man of true character, used to further this concept of fair play by constantly urging my brother and me to always, and here are three more four-letter words to add to your list, to take the high road. The Cambridge English Dictionary tells us that to take the high road means to behave in a moral way when other people are not acting in an ethical manner. The high road, as my father explained it, is usually not the most popular path, but it has to do with one's personal integrity. And he wanted us to understand that giving up our integrity was akin to selling our souls to the highest bidder. He once said to me, "You may not win or come out on top of everything you try, but if you play fair and you take the high road, you'll never lose your way." So at this point, I'd like to touch on probably the most important four-letter word in our English language. Very few of us, if any, can live without it. It is necessary to our well-being as the air we breathe, and it's at the very heart of the human condition. I am, of course, talking about love. Love is a four-letter word. Is there any subject matter more discussed, researched, debated, yearned for, and yet still mysterious in its origins and essence than love? Poets, writers, artists, philosophers, religious leaders, scholars, and musicians have all taken a turn at deciphering this emotional condition that gives purpose and meaning to much of our existence. And love multiplies in the sharing. The more you give it away, the more you get it back. The ancient Greek philosophers identified 8 different types of love. We find it in our music. The king, Elvis Presley, says, "Take my hand, take my whole life too, for I can't help falling in love with you." Who hasn't danced to that one at a wedding? The Bellamy Brothers urge us to let your love flow like a mountain spring and let your love bind you to all living things. And of course, the famous British band, the Beatles, tie it all up in a neat little package when they state the obvious by singing, "All you need is love." In poetry, Elizabeth Barrett Browning writes, "I love you not only for what you are, but for what I am when I'm with you." Someone making us better. And the author Oscar Wilde asks, who, being loved, is poor? In our spiritual texts, with our spiritual leaders, the theme of love is a constant. Love your neighbor as yourself, Matthew. You, yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection, Buddha. It is love alone that gives worth to all things, Teresa of Avila. And in Corinthians, we find the ultimate statement, "And now these 3 remain, faith, hope, and love, but the greatest of these is love." If you'll indulge me for a little bit, I'd like to bring this discussion about love to a more personal and a local level. Tell a quick story about how love and the people of this community showed the beautiful nature of who they are. Many of us call Powell, Wyoming home, and many others here today have sent their children to our community and our school to be educated with the hope and confidence that they are in good hands. And I believe wholeheartedly they are. As some of you know, in January of 2014, my beautiful wife of 20 years, Helena, passed away unexpectedly in her sleep. The months and years that followed saw me in a confused state of emptiness and grief. It was a battle just to get through each day. But during that time, this community, my students, friends and colleagues at the college, all the way to complete strangers around the town of Powell, watched over me with a sense of tender care and helped me in any way they could. I was suffering, and they knew it. After one particularly difficult day at work, I walked home, head bent in despair, feeling sad and alone. And as I approached my front door, I noticed the screen door was slightly ajar. And as I pulled it open to enter the house, 4 individually wrapped, frozen USDA prime cut ribeye steaks came tumbling down at my feet. There was no card, no note, not even a sticky saying who they were from or why they were there. They weren't even in a bag. I smiled a bit, thinking of someone with the door kind of propped open, trying to put these beautiful steaks in between the passageways there. But oh boy, did I eat well that week. To this day, I have no idea who left them there. But apparently, someone who was keeping an eye on me must have thought that this old professor, in his anguish and grief, wasn't taking very good care of himself and maybe needed to start eating a little better. It was a pure example of the compassionate, neighborly actions of the people of Powell that I had come to know and respect. Beautiful in its simplicity and beautiful in its quiet kindness and grace. Now, there were many other examples of generosity from the people in this community. And as I went through my grieving period, but this was one that I'll never forget, because it wasn't just steak that was put there. No, folks, it was 4 frozen, individually wrapped, USDA prime cut examples of love, Wyoming style. So the class of 2024, I give you the last of my favorite 4-letter words, and that is home. Here in Powell, and particularly at Northwest College, you will always have a home, a place of memories, new and lasting friendships, learning experiences, and people who care about you. No matter where you go in the world or where life takes you, you will always have a home here at Northwest College because your time here has made you part of our family. So in closing, and keeping with my chosen topic, I ask you, members of the class of 2024, what words will you choose to define the direction and the theme of your life? Will it be hard work? Will you play fair in all your dealings? When looking at your future, will you choose hope over fear? Love over hate? Choice is yours, but I hope you make the wise choice and the kind choice and always take the high road towards a life filled with love. Now that's a lot of 4-letter words right there. Congratulations to you, class of 2024. And of course, I got to keep the theme going, so I'm just going to stay. Good luck.
That was wonderful. Thank you, Anthony. It gives me great pleasure now to present the 2024 Distinguished Alumnus Award. This year's honored alumnus was selected by a committee of current and former faculty, staff, and members of the NWC Alumni Association Board of Directors. Today, we honor Lindsay Linton Buck, class of 2010, from her home in Jackson Hole, Wyoming, as Northwest College's distinguished alum. An artist, photographer, and 5th-generation Wyoming native, Lindsay Linton Buck's work could best be described as art with an impact. After earning her bachelor's degree in history from Middlebury College, she returned to Wyoming to study photographic communications at none other but Northwest College, where she graduated in 2010. Lindsay has worked in commercial photography in New York City and taught photography workshops for Canon before returning to Wyoming to found her photography studio and, and the Women of Wyoming Project, an art and media project showcasing the strength and spirit of Wyoming women across the Cowboy State. She is also the co-founder of the Brio Collective, a Leadership Wyoming program for women leaders across the state, and is passionate about advocacy work, serving as the vice chair for the Wyoming Women's Foundation, which works towards economic self-sufficiency for women and opportunities for girls in Wyoming. Lindsay, please come forward to address Northwest College graduates.
Hello, Anthony, that was beautiful. Congratulations, graduates. It is truly my honor to stand with you all today to commemorate this significant milestone. It doesn't seem like that long ago that I was sitting, I think, somewhere over there, wondering how my path would unfold after today. Now, you heard I live in Jackson, but I actually am from Powell, okay? And this place really formed me. My second grade teacher is in the audience today, my high school math teacher, Mr. Cost, and of course, Anthony, and the entire photo department. It's really family, like you talked about, Anthony, these bonds that I formed that are still there, and the foundational skills and technique that I learned here that set me up for success. During my final year as a trapper, I wanted to explore my family's deep roots here in Powell by documenting some of the local farming families through portrait photography and interviews. I shared this idea with one of my professors, and the very next day, he announced I would have a show at the Homesteader Museum, which is the local museum in town, by the end of the year. So I best get to work. I was terrified. I had never curated an exhibit before, let alone bring a project of this scale to life. This unexpected opportunity, driven by passion, launching out of my comfort zone, mentorship, and that looming deadline, was a decisive moment. It truly laid the groundwork for my Women in Wyoming projects years later, and what I believe is my life's work, to capture and elevate stories of humanity, courage, and resilience, themes I hope to pass along to you today. Graduates, you have arrived at a pivotal and exciting moment. One chapter is closing today, and another is about to begin. For some of you, I imagine the road ahead is bright. It probably feels like the beautiful day outside. You've got a plan in place. Your next destination is visible on the horizon. For others, maybe it's a little uncertain, feels a little turbulent, with bumps and turns you can't quite make out yet. Wherever you stand today, trust. You got this. You can do this. You are ready and prepared for what's next. In addition to the strong footing you've received right here at Northwest College, I want to share 4 life lessons with you that have helped me on my journey and that I hope will further empower you to navigate the road ahead. Let's go. Number 1, dare to try. My venture into that first exhibit taught me the value of voicing and pursuing my ideas, irrespective of fear and doubt. Fear and doubt are a part of life, so dare to try anyways. Graduates, is there an idea or vulnerability, maybe a question or a conversation, something you have been avoiding or have been keeping to yourself? I urge you to voice it loudly and chase it fiercely, even though it's scary. Embodying courage will open doors for you you never knew existed. I can truly say if I wouldn't have spoken up to my professor all those years ago, I don't know if I would be standing here today and walked through that door. Dare to try. Number 2, barriers are not permanent. Yes, you will face some roadblocks and obstacles along the way, but I encourage you to see these as yellow lights, an invitation to pause, take a breath, look for other ways around. As you heard, when I graduated from Northwest College, I moved to New York City, where I worked for a few years as a photographer. When I chose to return to Wyoming, I worried I would be limited creatively after living in arguably the most dynamic city in the world for artists. Eventually, I chose to confront this mental barrier that was holding me back and ask myself, was that true? I realized I didn't fully know, and this sliver of uncertainty led me to investigate firsthand. I began seeking out the wisdom of my peers, other women around the state who I felt had unlocked the secret to finding passion and purpose and fulfillment in their lives. Their stories became my Women in Wyoming project and one of the most incredible adventures of my life. From flying in a Black Hawk helicopter to herding sheep at the base of the Wind River Mountains to meeting with Supreme Court justices and senators, it created so much connection and learning and growth for me. When you encounter roadblocks, mental or physical or structural, remember, yellow lights. Channel your frustration into curiosity. Notice your habits that don't serve you and practice making different choices. This alone can really transform your world. Ask yourself, what's true? Barriers are not permanent. With time and an attitude of flexibility and adaptability, I promise you, you'll regain a sense of autonomy to navigate your next step. Which leads me to number 3, embrace detours. In 2008, I swerved hard right, or hard right if you're watching me this way. 2 weeks before the semester commenced, I decided to enroll in the photography program here at Northwest. I was a non-traditional student who had already earned a 4-year degree in history at another institution, pursued a completely different life path, and garnered some real-life experience. I remember approaching my first date thinking, am I crazy? Is this a big mistake? But to my great surprise, this somewhat spontaneous act marked a watershed moment. It reshaped my career trajectory, personal identity, and life experiences. We live in a world brimming with noise and distraction. Stand at the threshold of what's ahead of you with attention and curiosity. Remember to look around. Imagine endless paths unfolding before you, today and always. By embracing detours, each choice you make or event you encounter that can alter your chosen path become opportunities to discover the abundant possibilities that life offers. And number 4, success is a collective effort. Graduates, is there someone here today who played a pivotal role in helping you reach this milestone? Maybe they're a friend sitting with you in the audience, faculty member, family, maybe they're joining you from afar. I invite you to take a moment to reflect upon the ways in which this person supported you. Bonus points for shifting your reflection into action by expressing your gratitude directly to them after the ceremony. I can thank my mom for encouraging me to enroll in the photo program all those years ago. Yes, you are the driver of your life. With the gift of choice in your hands, you're free to carve out your unique path in this world. And you can't do it all alone. Success, however you define it, does not occur in a vacuum. Learn to continually embrace the support of others and build your network and community. Make the cold call, talk to a stranger, join networking groups, put yourself out there. I promise you, you'll cover so much more ground, maximize your impact, and have a lot more fun in the process. Class of 2024, you did it. You have arrived here today as a different person than when you first set foot on campus. You are equipped with invaluable knowledge, real skills, and a powerful community. You have survived Wyoming winters. That is a feat in and of itself. If you dare to try, believe that barriers are not permanent, embrace detours, and remember that success is a collective effort, you will go so far. As you prepare to leave Northwest today and embark upon the next chapter, I challenge you to envision your future self with optimism and determination. Just as my first photo project began here all those years ago, so too does your future today. The light is green, the road is yours. Congratulations, graduates. Go forth and leave a positive mark on this world.
Thank you, Lindsay. I am now pleased to introduce Kinley Bollinger, a graduating pre-professional sciences student and Cody native. Kinley will speak on behalf of the students.
Hello, everyone. We're here. That's awesome. Yay, us. So we were brought into this world with an entire life ahead of us, unaware of what was going to be thrown our way. As babies, we began to make sounds that would one day become words, sentences, and even speeches like the one I'm giving to you right now. We started to stand up, fall, stand up again, and fall again, as we ventured into the vast world of moving on our own 2 feet. Today, You will walk across the stage with those same feet as you receive your degree. Please no falling, though. We don't need to reenact that part. As a toddler, your personality began to shine through as your independence took shape. Those characteristics from the terrible twos are some of the same traits that make you, you today. As you continued to grow in size, curiosity, and understanding, you began to try new things and explore your interests. Whether that was sports, music, history, or science, you found your niche for the time being. Maybe you are still enthralled with that subject today, or maybe your interests have changed dramatically, and that's perfectly okay. A vast array of people entered your life through school, activities, and family connections. Some of these relationships might end up being lifelong, and others may have just served a purpose for a short amount of time. Today, though, you sit amongst those whom you have impacted and who have impacted you while here at Northwest College. Look around. It's pretty cool. To those people you became best friends with, keep in touch. To those who helped you make it through a tough time, tell them thank you. To those you didn't get a chance to meet, maybe life will bring you together again later on. Some things change, some stay the same, but growth in the moving and stagnant parts is how we continue down this wondrous path of life we're on. At one time or another, I'm quite certain most of us have felt overwhelmed with the question of what's next. I remember clearly being asked about my college plans when I was a fourth grader. And all I wanted to do was go play at recess. That same thought process hasn't changed much since becoming a college student. I still just want to go play at recess. But I'm sure many of you have been asked about your career path and possible next steps. What's your plan? Where to next? How many more years? What classes? Any minors? There is nothing wrong with these inquiries. In fact, it's quite the opposite. The questioning shows people care. What is wrong is when we become overwhelmed by not knowing the answer. We agonize over future questions, so much so that they take over the present gift. Newsflash, guys, life does not go as planned. We are not the ones driving the bus. The point of the matter is this: wherever we are, whatever we're doing, and whenever it happens, we must give it our best. As Martin Luther King Jr. once said, "If a man is called to be a street sweeper, he should sweep streets even as Michelangelo painted, or Beethoven composed music, or Shakespeare wrote poetry. He should sweep streets so well that all the hosts of heaven and earth will pause to say, 'Here lived a great street sweeper who did his job well.'" With every moment that we are given, let us remember this adage and uphold its truth with integrity and enthusiasm. I assure you that if you find joy in the present and give your all to what is set in front of you, you will begin to notice the next step forward and take action. We all know that if we keep putting one foot in front of the other, soon we'll be walking out the door. Do you know what's on the other side of that door, though? No, you don't. But the only way to find out is to start walking. You will someday be able to look back and see how the footsteps created a path, how that one person you met in the dorms, or the class you took with a certain professor, or the time you randomly decided to show up to swing dance club led you forward. From babbling to forming complex ideas, falling down to walking across the graduation stage, and questioning to seeing a plan fall into place, we are ultimately here to learn, grow, be kind, and give our all to the opportunities that are placed before us. Be the best street sweeper, listener, helper, worker, daughter, son, friend, student, employee, learner, and grower you can be. You will never realize the enormity of how the present is shaping your future until you get the opportunity to look back at your messy but stunning, broken but perfect, all over the place but exactly to plan path and say, wow. In the meantime, though, we have the ability to give the here and now the best version of ourselves. We were brought into this world with an entire life ahead of us. Let's go live it the best we know how. God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Lindsay. Kinley, sorry. So many good speakers today. I don't know about you. This year, we recognize 3 students who earned all Wyoming Academic Team Awards from Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society. This is the International Honor Society for 2-year colleges. Graduating sophomores Ferengis Halmaradova, Shaylee Arthur, and Matthew McMillan, could you please join me on the platform to accept your awards? That's right. Ferengis is a graduating sophomore who majors in computer science and is from Dashogas, Turkmenistan. Unfortunately, she's not able to attend today, but we wish her well. Shaylee, who is receiving her associate's degree today in graphic design, is from Billings, Montana. Woo! And Matthew, who is receiving his associate's degree in aeronautics today, is from Kemmerer, Wyoming. Shaylee, Matthew, excuse me, I have to breathe there for a second. That's right, because Ferengis is gone. Shaylee and Matthew, congratulations and the best of luck from the Board of Trustees and Northwest College community. Congratulations on receiving these very impressive statewide awards.
My congratulations to Lindsay on her Distinguished Alumnus Award. I also thank Anthony for his earlier remarks on behalf of faculty as the 2024 Distinguished Faculty Service Award recipient and for serving as Chief Marshal for today's ceremony. And a special thank you to our student speaker, Kinley. My thanks also to the Northwest Graduation Brass Ensemble for music this morning and to student vocalist Eiley George for performing the national anthem. Graduates, please rise and remain standing until after President Watson confers your degrees. President Watson and trustees, students assembled here today are candidates for degrees of Associate of Arts, Associate of Science, Associate of Applied Science, and Bachelor of Applied Science. We are very proud of them. On behalf of the faculty, I am pleased to recommend these students for their respective degrees and certificates. I present to you the class of 2024.
Upon certification by the faculty and by the power vested in me by the Northwest College Board of Trustees, I take great pride in conferring upon you the Associate of Arts degree, the Associate of Science degree, the Associate of Applied Science degree, the Bachelor of Applied Science degree, or an academic certificate. You may now move your tassels to the left. Graduates of 2024, welcome to a distinguished group, the alumni of Northwest College. Congratulations. You may be seated. Vice Presidents Erickson and Havig are now going to take turns reading the names of graduates as they come to the platform, assisted by Amanda Enriquez, our manager of our International Student and Scholar Services Office. Graduates will be greeted and walked onto the platform by Dr. Robert Becker, Chairperson of Agriculture, Business, Communications, and Equine Division, and assisted off the platform by Dr. Amy McKinney, Chairperson of Social Science and Education Division. Members of the Board of Trustees will present graduates with their diplomas. Will the first row of graduates please come forward, rise, and approach the platform?
Kelly Cipher. Christina Macara Herrera. Sabrina Alvarez. Amia Defoe Love. Mallory Baker. Shaylee Author, honors. Sydney Ledger, honors. Ariana Rodriguez Medford. Hunter Holenbeck. Kylan Coombe, honors. Felix Lynch. Carson Keeler, honors, Phi Theta Kappa. Matthew McMillan, Phi Theta Kappa. Patrick Kelly, honors. Carson Summer, honors. Melanie Udodong, honors. Ailey George, honors. Kinley Bollinger, honors, Phi Theta Kappa. Augusta Larson. Kyler Martinez. Dalton Wosley, honors. Riley Hendel, honors, Phi Theta Kappa. Chevelle Jolly, honors. Hannah Hawley. Logan Gould. Mark Tilley. Leighton Jensen.
Momona Oga.
Grace Schaefer. Haley McClure. Hunter Skeens, honors. Dylan Prater, honors. Marin Prater, honors. Aaron Sorensen, Phi Theta Kappa.
Octavio Perez Caro, Phi Theta Kappa.
Henry Bridgman. Zachariah Derby.
Saeed Oraskuliev, honors, Phi Theta Kappa.
Autumn Wilson, honors, Phi Theta Kappa. Alexa Garcia. Jasmine Brinley, honors. Diet Powell, honors. Alexis Van Manen, honors. Lane J, honors, Phi Theta Kappa. Sydney Anderson, honors. Renell Andrew. Curtis Southern. Caleb Lowry. Trista Eversole.
Keigo Morinaga, honors.
Caden Small. Cody Todd. Ashton Cosine. Adeline Royce, honors. Olivia Cotton. Aiden Johnson.
Hiroki Nishioka, honors, Phi Theta Kappa. Aprilia Carmone Maria José de Jesus, honors.
Pauline Allen, honors. Anna Knight, honors. Nakota Bird. Shelby Chrisman. Karina Borin. Molly Ayers. Bailey Farron. Taylor Miller. Macy Jones. Jocelyn Banks.
Kadria Gainutinova, honors Phi Theta Kappa.
Theodore Smith, honors Phi Theta Kappa. Marcia Rosecrans, honors Phi Theta Kappa. Melissa Saunders, honors. Mark. Alora Walker, honors. Trinity Brewski, Phi Theta Kappa. Samuel Belmont. Shandy Jackson.
Guljan Muhammad Nurova, honors. Anna Bakanyat.
Cheryl Strickland, honors Phi Theta Kappa. Tiss Swati, honors Phi Theta Kappa. William Hemme. Coulter Merritt. Emily Rodriguez. Quinn Betts. Maddie Betts. Hi, congrats. Tegan Lovelady.
Shahzad Reshepov. Maksat Muradov, honors Phi Theta Kappa.
Rebecca Brantz. Olivia Brown. Samantha Perry. Sophia Mendez, honors. Leah Wallace, honors. Joshua Schuler. Madison Trail, honors. Carly Wagner, honors. Alyssa McGargle, honors.
Ethan Murray, Phi Theta Kappa. Pedro Lucas Moraes Deon, Phi Theta Kappa, honors. Artur Dalfio Kataoka, honors. Eric Braga Ferreira Gonçalves, honors. Fernando Bayan Bonfim, Honors Phi Theta Kappa. Ricardo Farias da Silva, Honors. Paulo Victor Eleuterio Gomez. Marco Marin Castillo, Honors Phi Theta Kappa.
Bailey Foster. Thea Farrington, Honors Phi Theta Kappa. Kaylin McDaniel, Phi Theta Kappa.
John Joe Mullane, Honors Phi Theta Kappa. Daniel Gargollo Saavedra, Honors.
Caitlin Campbell, Honors.
Sebastián Díaz Reyes, Honors Phi Theta Kappa. Inigo Chavarria Besunartea, Honors Phi Theta Kappa.
Sammy Ashcraft. Tess Matson, Honors. Bo Anderson, Honors Phi Theta Kappa. Andy McDonald, Honors. Emily Kincaid, Honors.
Giancarlo Villanueva Vasquez, Honors. José Gordillo Ralda. Iyad Helwani. Azizbek Faizulayev. Ikumi Iwai. Diana Galindo Idaraga, Honors. Milton Rodriguez Santana.
Kirsten Groman, Honors. Codell McNiven. Gavin Carter. Kendall Cummings. Cody Pinkerton. Orrin Jackson. Ellie Thomas, Honors. Bridger Meyer.
Harry Cullen.
Congratulations, graduating class of 2024.
What a fun time. And if you are looking for a sample of cologne, I have got them. Thank you, everyone, for coming. Finally, I am pleased to introduce Jerry Dunning, President of the Northwest College Alumni Association.
This will be short. Good morning, everybody. My name is Jerry Dunning. I am proud to be a Northwest College alumnus of the class of 1981. I'm also the current president of the Alumni Association Board of Directors. The Alumni Association serves as a link between NWC, its students, and a network of 25,000 alumni. We aim to create lifelong connections that inspire pride and success for Northwest Colleges and its graduates. Would other NWC alumni who are present today please stand up and join me in honoring the current class? Graduates, on behalf of the alumni surrounding you today, you are the greater alumni population. It is my honor to officially welcome you to the Northwest College Alumni Association. As an additional welcome, you will find a gift from our organization underneath your chair. Please carry it with pride wherever your path leads, and make sure to keep in touch with Northwest College. We look forward to celebrating all of you. Welcome.
Okay, graduates, I promise we're almost finished. One last time, on behalf of the Northwest College Board of Trustees, we want to again extend our congratulations to each of you on receiving your degrees or certificates. We know that you have gotten to this point today on behalf of the absolutely exceptional faculty and staff and administrators that we have here at Northwest College. We are so proud of each and every one of the faculty members that have walked beside you through this journey. On behalf of the Northwest College Board of Trustees, please join me in expressing the appreciation for the outstanding faculty and staff that we have here at this institution. We know they've been thanked a lot today, but we need to do it one more time. We know that not one of you came to this moment without the exceptional care and support of your family and your friends. Many of them are here with you today. Many of them might be joining you online. Let's once again express your appreciation for their love and support. Thank you. In closing, please join us on the lawn after the ceremony for well wishes, goodbyes, photo ops with your friends and loved ones who are able to attend today on this absolutely beautiful day. Thank you again for joining us on this celebratory occasion. Please remain standing during the recessional. Graduates will follow the platform party as we exit. Congratulations, graduates.